Hello.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me, bro?
yeah.
Oh. Oh, I forgot. I was eating popcorn and I just totally gapped out. What'd you ask?
Please don't eat when you come up here. That's the most annoying thing you can do.
Mike,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I just got a question for you. No, not a question. Talking point. So you satirized Christians and Catholics, right? You smug prick, say something.
What?
You satirized the Christians and the Catholics and the Muslims, right?
Satirized?
However you say it. I don't know. Talk about down. Why you so fucking down smug, man? Come on, man. Talk about down fucking tip and snip and talk about down thick ass eyebrow, down big old no nose, man. Talking about down patchy ass.
Okay, can we get somebody with at least a double-digit IQ today? Let's see who else we got. Was that an insult or like a compliment? I couldn't tell.
Whoa. So here it is. Your conscience. Explain that if you wanna. Explain your conscience.
A series of chemical impulses in the brain due to ion electrochemicals moving through ion channels in your neural synapses.
So your conscience does lead you to do good things and bad things.
Yeah, that's all determined by the brain processes, not God.
Right. So if your conscience leading you to do good things, that determines by your brain, right? As you say. So where them good things coming from? From you.
I'm confused here. What do you mean by good thing? Goodness
Well,
is a subjective word, right? When I say something is good, all that really means is I prefer that. I don't know if I'm producing good things. I'm just describing things that I think are good.
so then good things means that you are doing good things that coming from yourself. I'm trying to figure out why we just do good things.
Hello?
Hey, what do you got?
Okay, so what's your opinion? Because I just jumped in here and I'm a big believer in God. So I just wanted to hear your perspective with everything. Okay, God is imaginary. Okay, I get you. Okay, one, as a believer, you can't see God, but you can feel him. It's like when there's a type of religious sect as well that says they believe in the higher power. Okay, yes, there is a higher power, because how is this earth made? How do we have like one DNA difference to a monkey, but we're able to make everything? Like, look at the things around us. Like, a monkey can't even do this. Do you get what I'm saying? How we speak, how we understand animals, how we have one higher degree than a monkey
Yes.
is capable of doing this. Yes.
Yeah. So I understand. You're looking around, you're going, wow, look what we can do. Look at what humans are capable of. We have cars, we have planes, we have cities. Look how amazing this is. We must be some kind of different breed from the other animals. Well, the problem is that what explains this, the difference, is not because there's such a stark difference between us, but because we went through different evolutionary paths in our history, such that when we traversed a certain path in our evolution, we developed language.
Yeah.
And language, which is many other animals have precursors of, but we just happen to develop it further. Language enabled us to form cities, civilizations, able to discuss information and pass it down to the next generation. And that kind of catapulted our ability to form, cities in which we can work together in and build infrastructure, build farms, build the first civilizations about 10,000 years ago. And this shared knowledge, this shared consciousness, because of language, allowed us to produce the things we know today, like cities and cars and planes. All the things you see around you are not the products of one person individually. They're products of a collective, a group of people, a population of people working together in many different ways. So it's not that there's something individually that makes us differ from the other animals. Sure, we're a bit smarter individually, but if you take a caveman from 10,000 years ago and compare them to a chimp, there's not much difference.
Yeah.
What makes us human is collectively. We're able to converse linguistically. We're able to share ideas and work together. That's what makes us human. Not that there's something magical about our species.
Okay, I can kindly disagree with that because, as you said, back, let's just say a decade ago, when monkeys were still the same, or like they're still the same features, they still do the same things. Till to this day, they still don't know how to make a car. They don't know how to do things that us humans can do. But us humans evolved since then.
Look,
you know what I mean? So like, we are put on this.
I just explained this to you. The reason why the other animals are the way they are is because they were not pressured. They were not pressured to change the way we did. We changed in a certain way. We went through a certain evolutionary path. We traversed the plains of Africa. We made it to other continents. In that process, we had developed new ways of thinking, which enabled language to develop further. And this allowed us to become the civilized people we are. There is nothing spectacular about us as apes. We are apes. We're not much different from other apes. We are apes. Homo sapiens are apes. And just because we're a bit different individually doesn't mean that there's something magical about us. It's not individually what makes us different. It's us as a collective that makes us different. Collectively, we are more capable than any other species. That's it. So, do you have an actual attack on or evidence of a god, or are you going to waste our time again? Hello? It's getting hot in here. Okay, she doesn't know how to unmute herself. So, next.
Hello?
Hey, what do you got?
Hey, so I just wanted to bring up quantum physics. You know about that?
You mean quantum mechanics? Yeah.
I'm talking about the physics, I'm pretty sure. So the experiment when they fired a proton through a slit, and depending on whether they observed it or not, it acted differently. Now, I'm not going to say this is evidence of a Christian God or even some magical figure, but I do think that this means there's something more to our universe.
Okay. Yeah, you're talking about the double slit experiment that was done 200 years ago, and it wasn't protons necessarily. That was done later on, but the first things they tested were photons, particles of light. They were trying to figure out what light is. In the process, they discovered that when they shot photons through a slit, they found that there was a wave on the wall behind it.
Yeah.
But it was not the observation of the photon that changed it. It was any measurement, whether conscious or not. So you're presupposing that there's some kind of conscious interaction between us and the world that changes the world. That's not
No. See,
it is any measurement that changes the state.
the way
of,
I think about it isn't that. I don't think it has anything to do with us. I don't think humans are special in any way. I think there's something special about this universe. That there's something more to it.
well, specialness is subjective. I agree with you. The universe is mysterious.
So no, I think there's something beyond the natural way. So like there's something above what we can even understand, like either we're in a simulation or there is some highest power.
Look, I agree with you. The universe is mysterious and there are things we don't understand and probably never will. but it doesn't give you the right to say that there's some magic man or some god.
No,
doesn't-
yeah, I'll agree with that. That's what I was saying is I wouldn't ever say that there is.
Okay. Look, guys, the universe is more mysterious than anybody can imagine. And that's why I'm here, to make you guys understand that there are different perspectives of the universe than just God.
Oh, yeah, what's up? What's up?
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, nah, don't say that, man. Don't say that. I actually, I like what you're doing. It's either gonna make you or break you. People who believe in God, after hearing you, maybe they may decide on, like, questioning the God's existence. But I got a few proofs here, and I have a few questions. So, when it comes to Jesus, do you believe he existed?
I know many of them. They do lots of things in our country.
No. We're
Jesus?
talking about
I know a bunch
a
of Jesus.
historical figure that called himself God.
Oh, like Charles Manson?
No, Jesus.
Charles
The
Manson
one
claimed
that
he was
we
God
based
too.
the BC 2000 BC 2000, the one that we based off our calendar kind of
Yeah,
off.
it's probably some preacher, some rabbi that made some false statements and everybody loved, like Elvis, and then he died. And that's it. There's no evidence of a God.
But he claimed to be God. And the thing is, let me tell you something. There are people testifying, and this can be measured, can be quantified, that Jesus actually existed. And even nowadays, the people who are testifying
Look,
that,
it doesn't
that
matter.
listen. It doesn't matter whatever you say. Let me hear me out. Jesus is appearing to people in their dreams, and even in physical. But the thing is, you cannot really. Like
Appearing in your dreams?
one thing that you said that
No,
you're actually right. One thing that you said that you're actually
not the
right.
dreams.
Now let me
The
tell you something.
imaginary dreams?
Okay, let me tell you. Listen. And these people are giving their life to Christ, but that's besides the point. But let me tell
It is besides the point. Look, you're gonna sit there and preach. I'm not gonna take this garbage, right? I want evidence of God. I don't care about some guy who died on a stick and said he was God. Anybody can do that. I want evidence of a God, a being who's supreme and high and does all these amazing miracles and things that we can't do. That's what I'm after. Do you have that? Do you have evidence of that shit? And stop saying dreams. Anybody can dream of anything. The Hindus dream of the Hindu gods. The Buddhists dream of the Buddhist gods. The Muslims dream of Allah. Everybody dreams their own God. Give me evidence or go away.
you. Okay, here I have an article that says technically what you were saying about I've been listening this whole time. You said it yourself that science cannot disprove God. You said it yourself. You're not trying to disprove God with science.
Yeah, nobody's trying to disprove God. We're trying to show you that your definition of God is fallacious and you don't have evidence for it.
No, listen. Okay, science has discovered ample evidence that the universe had a beginning. That's one of the we can go down that hole. And there's another one that says science has found the universe to be fine-tuned for life. Like there's a designer, there is someone who actually built a system, like your nervous system.
Great. So where's your scientific evidence that the universe is tuned for us?
Okay, I'll give you the source. Since you like source, you like evidence, you like data, you can verify the source. It says here almost 50 years ago in 1973, but I'm not gonna read all that. I'll just give you the source. It's Beyond Today magazines. You can look it up. Science has found the universe to be fine-tuned for life.
Beyond Today magazine.
Yeah, you can look it up. It's not the only source. I have multiple tabs here open.
Do you know that magazines are not scientific papers?
And I could say the same thing about science. Science changes after time and after time. Theories are always, some are debunked, some have been debunked during time.
Wrong. Incorrect. Science doesn't change. Science is merely a method. What changes is our results that adapt new incoming data and evidence. So
Yeah.
I agree with you that we can learn, but that's the beauty of science. We change because we learn, whereas you will always be stuck in the past and will never change, hence will always be wrong.
Not quite. So you're asking, okay, God, you're saying God is imaginary. There's actually a practice. If you want to find out that if God truly exists, there's actually a practice in order for you to tap into a spiritual realm. And that's the thing. The science that we are talking about doesn't really go into the spiritual realm. Those are mysteries. That's why we got quantum physics.
How do we get to
Quantum
the
physics is a mystery still.
Sure. How do I get to the spiritual realm?
Like Higgs boson, we can talk about all these things like Higgs boson, dark matter. What is it exactly? It cannot be detected.
The Higgs blossom?
Yeah,
The blossoming particle? Okay. It's the Higgs
God
boson.
particle or whatever. Huh?
Look. The Higgs boson is merely a particle that we discovered with the CERN at the CERN facility. It's just a particle that exists in empty space. It's in the Higgs field. It has nothing to do with the God. So I'm asking you for evidence that
But
God.
that's the. I think you don't know what you're talking about because the Higgs boson is actually very important. We have it in everything. Without it, we wouldn't be existing.
No,
And
more
that's why
like
it's also
without it,
therefore called the God
there
particle.
wouldn't
That's
be
another name for
electrons.
it. Oh my goodness, look it up. I'll send you a
Sure.
source right now.
Sir, the Higgs boson gives mass to electrons,
Exactly.
not humans.
So
We're
you
talking about
know,
a fraction of percentage. Most mass does not come from the Higgs field. It comes from forces in the empty space. The quarks, forces in the quarks and the atoms inside your body, not from the Higgs field.
but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Without it, we wouldn't exist. There would be no human life.
And does that mean God's real?
Yeah, it means it's real because it's even therefore they've even named it the God particle.
Yeah, it's just a word, right? Like, I can use this argument for God. If God was off by a little bit, he wouldn't exist either. Does that mean God's designed by somebody? God was tuned by somebody? No, you would never say that. The universe does not need to be tuned at all. Or specifically for us, nothing about us means that it was tuned. I'm getting tired, guys. I don't know if I'm getting tired of this or people that were giving bad arguments.
Okay, yo. So, I wanted to say, you.
Go watch Barney, kiddo. Hey, what do you got?
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Bro, can you hear me?
No, we can't hear you, sir. We can't hear you.
Okay.
Ask it one more time. Maybe I can hear you that time. Ask it one more time.
I'm not gonna ask anything. I'm just here. Hello.
Great, you got my attention, sir. You're up here. What do you have for us today?
I don't have anything. I'm just here. Existing.
No, you're not. Next. See that, guys? Existence, you can be in existence and then go out of it very fast. So make your time useful here. Don't waste it.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I think God is not imaginary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think there's a number of reasons, but I mean, the biggest one is because I believe he exists. Like, so I mean, like, sorry, I thought you were gonna say something. Yeah, I have a personal faith in him.
Okay. And why do I care about your faith? Faith is useless.
Oh, I see. Why is it useless?
Well, just as you have faith in God, I can have faith in no God. And now you've been debunked by your own logic.
Oh, well, I see. So you're saying, you're asking me to convince you that God is imaginary, is not imaginary.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so what is your qualifications that would like prove something to be non-imaginary?
Is it falsifiable? Is it verifiable? That's what evidence means.
Yeah, so like if I said that if that the order of the universe is evidence of God, how is that falsifiable?
Well, this would be an a priori assessment. We would have to take a look at, logically speaking, order itself is something that can apply to God. Is God orderly?
Yes.
Great. So by your logic, just prima facie, what we can say is that if your logic is that the universe is orderly, therefore it needs a design, well, how about God? By your own logic, God needs a designer. So who designed God?
No, because then if that's the case, you get stuck in a logical inconsistency because it's an infinite regress. But that's something that exists.
That's your problem, not my problem, right? This is your logic.
Well, but here's the thing for me when I'm thinking through these issues is like if I were to like eliminate God and ask the same question, like the universe is orderly because it came about by blank, right? If I start like filling in that gap with different things, I can't think of something that doesn't end in that infinite regress.
Or maybe the other alternative, since this is really a false dichotomy, is
well, you made the dichotomy.
Maybe there's a natural reason why there's order. Maybe our understanding of order is something that is not objective or intrinsic to the universe, but an emergent property of it, in the sense that maybe there is, just like it's hard to explain, but perhaps time, it doesn't pass like we think it does, and that all of things exist statically. And what we're designating as order or disorder is just the arrangement of certain particles. And that's there doesn't have to be somebody doing it. It's just a static universe that always was that way.
Right. So that's what we would say about
was disorderly in that way.
Right. That's what I would say about God, though. So I would say that God always has been.
Right. And that's why your hypothesis of God doesn't work. It has the same amount of merit between a universe that's naturally orderly and a God that's orderly. It's the same hypothesis.
Yeah. But so you're saying one is logical and one is illogical. Why?
I'm not saying it's illogical, but what I'm saying is you have no evidence to push you towards your God.
I see. So I guess the biggest thing for me is that a universe that has always been has always functioned like, I guess, at its core function the way it does now, and keeps functioning that way. So I don't know, laws like gravity, right? Or I don't know, entropy, all these things, right? Or even just like the fact that you and I right now are like having this conversation, right? The universe has developed in such a way that we're talking, all those things. To me, that just being an essential property of the universe, coming about, like it just being that way, and staying that way consistently doesn't make sense. To me, that's illogical.
Why not?
Because it has no. Okay, if that's the case, I don't think I have any way to make to have any like consistent understanding of the universe. Because I have to assume that. So I have to assume the universe is going to keep working the way that it is, but I have no reason.
I think you're confused. I think you don't really know your argument. So my point is that we can have order for natural reasons. There could be a natural way in which we derive order from. There does not need to be a God or an agency to produce order. We know that there are natural reasons for order, like nebula clouds, like planetary disks. They come from disorderly things. They become orderly over time. The point is that there does not need to be a God, and adding God to this equation does not give you any more credence. You're just saying God did it for no reason.
No. So what I mean is this. I assume, to an extent, like the way I live my life is that tomorrow I believe the sun is going to rise, right? Not believe, but like, you know what I mean? Like I go to bed, I set my alarm. I plan to go to my job. Like, I plan that when I get out of bed, my feet are going to hit the ground. Like, all of that is assumed, but I don't think I'm doing that just illogically. I think I know by prior experiences that it's going to keep working that way. But in a universe that just is that way, there's no reason to assume that it's going to keep being that way. Like, why doesn't reality just fall apart
If
in the
there's a
next second?
property, if there's a known aspect of reality, a law of reality that allows us to understand where order will be,
Yeah.
then that's what allows us to understand where order is.
But that's you just made a circular statement.
How?
You just said if reality is a certain way, if reality is a certain way that allows us to know where order will be, then that's where order will be. That's a circular statement. That's what you just said.
No, it is not. If there is a law of nature, there's a law of understanding about reality that allows us to predict where order will happen, then we can predict where order will be, just like every other law of nature.
Yeah, see, that was circular.
Look, this also applies to God. How do you know God will be orderly in the future?
Hold on, but wait, don't dodge the question. I'm pointing out.
What are you talking about?
Or don't dodge the statement I'm making. So what I'm saying is that I think for me, when I'm looking at reality, I see order. We both agree that there is like some maybe.
No, sir, we live in a universe that's not orderly. It's disorderly.
Okay, hold on. Now you're moving the goalpost.
No, I'm not. Because I never granted you that the universe is orderly. There are pockets of order in which we exist in.
Okay.
But the universe is disorderly and becoming more disorderly over time. So
all right, maybe you're not moving the goalpost, but
look, your entire argument is incorrect from the get-go. There's nothing orderly about the universe. There's no law of the universe that said there must be order everywhere. Right?
I didn't say that.
Great. So then why do you need God?
Okay, sorry. I'm not saying I'm saying that that's not the statement I'm making, like intrinsically. What I'm saying is that when the universe that I think you and I both experience is one where we have to make a lot of assumptions about the way it functions. But maybe you would say it's not an assumption. But like, use the example I just
gave. Make assumptions either way. Whether or not God exists, we have to make assumptions somewhere. Why does your God give you more explanatory power over naturalism?
Yes. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, is that I think that if I just said the universe is orderly, and when I say orderly, I mean what I take for granted in my tomorrow, right? Like I said, like I go to bed, I set my alarm, all that stuff, right? The reason I'm able to do that, if I just say, well, that's just because how it is. That's how the universe works, and I'm gonna live my life based off that fact. To me, that's a very big assumption to make of a universe that just happened to be that way, and that and a bigger assumption to say that it will keep.
I never said it happened to be this way.
Well, that's what that was the option you gave me, right? You gave me a static universe. That was what we were just talking about.
Yeah, and that universe is necessary, right? That would be a necessary universe. It could not be any other way. And the point is that there are natural laws of nature that allow order to exist, and that's it. And
right, but that's what I'm talking about. Those natural laws. Why can't they just cease to exist in the next second?
Because laws are descriptive. They're not prescriptive.
What do you mean by that?
There is no law of nature in reality. The laws of nature are just things that we use to describe. They're languages that we use to describe reality and its working.
Yeah, but I'm talking about what we're so right. There's the issue of when I say the law of gravity, there's also the theory of gravity, and we're not sure we fully understand what we're talking about. So we have both. But
that's not true at all.
What? No, that is
laws of gravity. There are Newtonian laws within theories of gravity.
Yeah, but we're not sure
theories are just explanations for mechanisms that we observe.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I want to agree on this point. I think we agree on this point. I don't want to get caught on this part. What I'm saying is that our understanding of gravity, even with like quantum physics and stuff like that, has changed over the years. I don't understand gravity. I could drop a pen and say I understand it, right? But like, all I'm saying is that you brought up we're talking about language and the way we describe certain things. I'm just saying, when I'm talking about gravity, I'm talking about the fact that I flip myself out of bed and I plan that I'm going to be able to hold myself to the floor.
I'm tired of that nonsense. Just yapping to yap. Honestly, I don't know what the hell you were saying.
Hi, I'm sorry. I was eating pizza, so give me one sec. Okay, so God is imaginary. Can you prove me wrong? I believe that people have faith that this God is real, but there hasn't been any scientific proof that he is that.
Next.
Hello?
Hey, what do you got?
Yeah, what's up? I checked just before I gave you my argument. I checked your page. It appears that you're not really an atheist. So, like, are you an atheist or?
It's satire, sir. Now, what's your argument for God?
All right, my argument for God is the anti-argument. Everything that exists is a composition of existence and essence. To reduce everything that exists from the composition, you'd get to a pure existence. And this pure existence is God. Simple.
Or we can just say the pure existence is like a quantum state.
You can't say pure existence is a quantum field, a quantum
Why not?
field,
Why
or
can't
any
you
other.
say that? Why not?
Because naturalistic explanations are necessarily compositions of essence and
No,
existence.
that's you just pretended that's the case. No,
Dude, natural
quantum
explanation.
Look, sir.
Natural explanations like quantum fields have form.
We can describe the entire universe as one entity, one unchanging, eternal, necessary quantum state.
That's not true. The universe is not the same.
That holds the superposition of all possible states. In that sense, it's pure, it's eternal, and unchanging, and that's it. It's one mathematical construct. It is not a God. It is not a being with a mind, with an agency at all. It's just
you just keep begging your view. Just begging your view.
So, do you have any actual evidence of a God, or just some
I've seen atheists do this all the time, right? They would bring a Christian and they'll be like, "Give us evidence of a God." Would give you a rational argument, and then you'd be like, "Oh, do you have any evidence of a God?"
Stop. Yeah, your argument is not rational. Your argument is not. Your argument does not point you to a God.
Okay, stop muting me. Then I'm going to tell you why my argument is rational. First off,
listen. You have to concede that your argument does not.
What do you mean I have to concede? You don't even know my argument. What am I conceding to?
Can you just listen to me? Okay, great.
Why would I listen to you? You cut me off.
I explained to you why your argument fails. Because your argument can be.
Comments. This guy's cringe, bro.
Your argument can be used for something natural. You don't need God for this. So again, your argument is actually perfectly fine under a naturalistic view. You don't need God.
Okay, listen to me. I'm going to speak simple English. Your naturalistic explanations are necessarily a composition, okay? Compositions are things that can change, right?
And I just explained to you that the quantum state change. Sir, listen, I just explained this to you. Quantum states don't change.
Okay, wait, what? What did you just say right now?
Quantum states don't change. The universe does not change.
Listen. The quantum field, first, actually, there's two things they said that's absolutely wrong. You said the universe is an entity. That's false, right? The universe itself is not an ontological item. The universe is a set of particulars that exist, okay? The universe itself does not actually even exist. The universe is just a set, one. Two, there's things in the universe.
Bro, you're thinking too hard. Look.
What do you mean I'm thinking too hard? I assume that you're a smart guy.
Look,
you said that God does not exist, right?
We can describe the entire set as one entity, right? The complete set. And that's what the universe would be.
What's the definition of an entity?
Such a thing that exists.
Okay. Do abstract objects exist?
in the mind.
Okay. Do abstract objects exist ontologically?
What do you mean by abstract object? I don't believe in a
Okay, do
non-natural.
numbers exist? Like, can I point to number one?
Numbers are just electrochemical impulses in the brain.
Oh my gosh, dude, stop being cringe. Do numbers exist ontologically?
Numbers are electrochemical impulses in the brain. They're
Numbers.
not non-physical. There's no such thing
Okay,
as a
numbers.
non-physical.
Wait.
And
Okay, look.
I just look. You're trying to come up here to get the win, right? You're not doing that because you're not actually giving me a good argument that gives more credence towards a god or theism. Naturalism explains what you're trying to explain. It explains an unchanging state that is pure, and that's it. That's a quantum state. You don't need God for that. So I got you there. And the second thing you said was that numbers are abstract, which or perhaps take a Platonic form. No, I disagree, and that's not even relevant to theism, because there are atheists who think that abstract objects exist, and they don't still believe in God. So your argument comes down to, look, numbers exist, bro. That means God, and the universe changes, therefore God is real. This is a terrible argument. But go ahead. Let's continue hearing what you have to say.
Okay. One thing about you, stop strawmanning my arguments. You don't understand my argument. I've never ever tried to use numbers to prove God. Okay. Now you started yapping for a couple
seconds. What's your argument? Forgot.
Stop cutting me off. One, I told you that things are a composition of form and matter. Okay. Now, quantum fields and any of these naturalistic explanations are necessarily composite, okay? Composite things cannot be used to account for what instantiated the universe, because everything that's in the universe is composite, and you need something simple.
Again, no.
Wait, let me finish.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Let me finish. Why do you keep cutting me off?
No, I can't let you finish if you're wrong.
Why do you keep cutting me off then?
Because you're wrong.
Why do you keep cutting me off?
Because you're wrong.
I never called you, bro. You have the power to mute me, dude. Just let me finish. Now, we need something completely simple to explain how composite things come to be.
It's called a quantum state, right?
Okay, a quantum state is not simple. A quantum state is
composite. It's one entity. It's one thing.
Oh my gosh, dude! Divine simplicity.
Lack of complexity. It's a very simple thing.
Simplicity is the lack of composition. Okay.
Okay.
Quantum states have composition. Why did they have composition?
No, they don't. They are one entity.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Do you know what? Look, sir. Do you know what a quantum state is?
A quantum state or a quantum field in quantum physics is, I don't even know the exact definition. Because if I give you my definition, you're gonna say it's not accurate.
You don't know what you're attacking, right? A quantum.
I don't know the exact definition of what I'm attacking.
The embodiment of all possible quantum states in a superposition, and what that means is it entails all possible worlds, all possible states, in one entity. It is not composed of parts. It is one entity that embodies everything else. So that's what a quantum state is, and that's why it is perfectly allowable under your definition of God. So there's no symmetry between those two things, which means that you don't actually have any credence towards a God at all, or theism. All you have is God, bro. God did it. That's all you got.
Yeah. You keep saying God, bro. Yeah, this is just cringe. This is cringe responses. You're not responding to me. A quantum state is a composition, or a quantum field is a composition of form and matter. The reason for this, yes, it is, because you can see the effects of a quantum field. What is form? What is matter? You don't even know what I'm saying, and you're saying it's not. Okay, what's matter?
We can describe everything as one entity in the universe.
Wait, what does matter though?
Look, you're not understanding this. We can describe the entire universe, all space, time, and matter, as one entity, as one block. It's eternal, right? This is this is just relativity.
You're begging your view. You're begging the question over and over.
Look, you're not listening to me. We can embody the entire universe, all space, time, and matter, as one entity. It's called a block, right? A 4D block. That would be one entity that describes all things in the universe. It is not composed of anything, of parts. It is one entity itself.
Oh my God, composition.
We can take this back to a quantum state, which embodies.
This guy doesn't know anything about metaphysics. Whenever I'm saying about composition, you think I'm talking about pizza and its parts or pepperoni. I'm not talking about that, right? Now, Composite. I asked you. Okay, look. You asked me what's a quantum state. I didn't give you the accurate definition. Can you tell me what matter is?
It's atoms and things like that.
That's not matter, right? So in the physics, no,
Atoms are
that's begging
matter.
look, that's begging the physicalist view, okay? Science
I never
presupposes.
did. I never
Okay,
begged. I
yes,
never said
it
I'm a
does.
physicalist. Did
Oh
I
my
ever say I was a
gosh.
physicalist? I
Listen,
never
no,
did.
I didn't say every science is a physicalist. I said the definition of matter, that definition that you gave, is a physicalist perspective, okay? It is the scientific perspective of what matter
It's
is,
just a
but it's not
descriptive
actually a
statement of
definition.
what is matter, right? If you're talking about platonic objects, there are atheists who believe in platonic objects.
But this has nothing to do with platonic objects.
Great. So then why do you have to disagree with me?
Platonic objects are
Why
literally
what
abstract
is your
forms. Like, we
contention
don't
with
care about that.
what is your contention?
Listen, all I'm telling you, look, all I'm telling you is that your definition of matter being something that has weight and occupies space is the definition that does not encompass all matter. Why? This is just a physicalist definition. You're begging your view. The real definition of matter is any perceivable quality of a thing. Now, quantum fields have perceivable qualities of things. Therefore, quantum fields have matter. But here's the thing. Anything that has matter is composite. So quantum fields are composite. They cannot account for the beginning of the world. They're not simple.
No, they're not composite.
Yes, they are
What
composite.
are they composed of? What are they composed of?
They're composed of form and matter.
No, they're not.
You
They're
don't
not
even know
composed
what
of
form and
matter.
matter is. You
They're
don't know what it
mathematical.
is.
Look,
How can you say
you
it's
don't
not?
you don't know what a quantum state is, right?
You don't know what form and matter is,
It's a
bro.
mathematical embodiment of all quantum states of the universe. Look, we don't even have to talk about physical matter, right? We can talk about just one quantum state. And we can describe all possible quantum states as this. That's what a quantum state is. It's one entity and it embodies everything else in the universe, all possible states. That's it. You don't need God. You don't need magic. You don't need anything like that. And by the way,
Look,
God is
you
composed
keep
of
saying
God.
that. You
And
keep
by the way,
saying
God is
that.
composed of parts. He's composed of attributes.
God is not composed. What
Is
are you
he
talking
okay?
about?
Is God omniscient?
Yes, God is omniscient.
Is God omnipotent?
Yes.
Okay, are those two entities the same thing? Are those two
Those are
attributes the same?
attributes. Those
Are
are
those
attributes.
Are those attributes the same things?
The attributes are literally identical to his essence, so it's divinely simple.
No,
It's not
no. That's not
composed.
what I asked you. Are those attributes the same thing?
Those attributes are only virtually distinct, not really distinct.
Are they identical?
They're really identical, but they're virtually distinct.
So you think omnipotence is the same thing as omniscience? They're identical.
In accordance to God's essence, is only virtually.
That doesn't make any sense, sir.
Dude,
those two
it
attributes.
doesn't make
are,
any
look,
sense because
sir,
you don't know.
Listen,
You
look,
don't know what I mean by
are
virtual
those?
distinction.
Look, okay. How about this one? This is more stark difference to you.
No, wait. Let me give you an
This-
example. Let me give you an example.
No,
Do you have,
no.
okay,
Answer
look,
my
you
question.
have contact lens, right? Do you have contact lens?
Answer my question. Is God loving?
Yes, God is loving. God is love.
Is God all-knowing?
Yes, God is all-knowing.
Okay. Are those two attributes identical?
They are identical in his essence. They're only virtually distinct.
No. Answer the question. Are these two attributes identical to
These
each other?
two attributes in the physical world are not identical to God's essence. They are.
What do you mean the physical world, sir? We're talking about this is a metaphysical idea,
listen
right?
to
We're
me,
talking
listen to
about
me.
two things.
Wait. Look. You're gonna keep kicking me and cutting me off because you're the host of this live and you can mute me.
You're not answering.
Let me explain to you the perspective, okay? Now, can you just listen? One, when we are describing things about God, we're using analogical predications, okay? Now, in God's being or in God's, because I know you're smart enough to understand this, in God's being and in God's essence, the Aristotelian view or the Christian view, right, is that his attributes are identical to his essence. They're only virtually distinct. The same way you have a contact lens, right?
Look, I know God has one essence.
Let me finish, dude. Let me finish. The concave of the contact lens.
I know what you're yapping about. Stop it. You don't have to spout your nonsense. The point I'm trying to get to you is that I know God has maybe one essence, but the problem is that God is composed of attributes. He's composed of entities. He's composed of things. In the same way we can use this for the universe. The universe may be composed of things, but it has one essence. And that's the point. The same logic you're using for God, I can use for the universe. The point is, that you don't need theism to be true. Naturalism can be true and is compatible with your view. This is why you don't have any actual evidence of God. All you're saying is God is a pure actualized entity. I'm sorry, but so can the universe be. And there's no symmetry breaker between your view and my view. So give the symmetry breaker. Show me why it's impossible that a quantum state cannot be one essence.
Wait, what is the point of you bringing people to the live if you're gonna mute people that have a different opinion?
Because you're not listening to me. That's why I muted you, and you're still not
I
listening to
am
me.
the one giving you the argument. You don't even
And it
understand
failed
my
miserably,
argument.
and I showed you why it failed.
Oh my gosh.
You know why it
this
failed?
guy. Okay, listen. You said that God is composite, right? Because he has these different things. And I said, in God, these things are identical to his essence, right?
We
You
can say
don't
that
know
about
what a
the
virtue
universe. We
distinction
can
is.
say that about
You
the
don't.
universe too. Look, we can say that about the
How
universe
can
too. We can
Yo,
say that
guys in the
quantum
comments.
states. We can look.
Guys
Look.
in the comment. Wait, guys in the comments that have.
No, listen. We can say the same thing about the universe. You're saying that God's attributes are composed of his one essence. Well, we can say this thing about the universe. The universe's attributes are composed of the same essence. They make up the same essence. There you go. Your view is no better than mine. All you're doing, in fact, is adding God and agency. That's all you're doing. You're adding fluff to the equation. My view is more parsimonious. It requires less fluff, less auxiliary nonsense. And it does the job. This is why your argument is bad. So your job is to give the symmetry breaker. Please give the symmetry breakers. If you don't
Oh
have
my
this, you don't have an argument.
gosh, this guy. Okay, can you set a timer and give yourself 30 seconds to speak and give me 30 seconds to speak?
Just tell us the symmetry breaker.
Why do you keep muting me?
Talk.
People in the comments keep saying stop muting them. Even people that support you.
I
Like, what
don't
the heck?
care about the comments. I care about the truth, and you don't care about the truth.
You don't care about the truth because you keep
Then give
muting
me
me, bro.
evidence of God, because all you're doing is you're arguing for naturalism.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
listen.
listen. You keep stating irrational things. The universe cannot, and I know you're about to mute me again. The universe cannot be simple. What are you talking about?
Why not? Why
I've
can't
told
it be?
you.
Why
Look,
can't it
I've
be
told
simple?
because the universe is not a positive ontological item.
Yes,
It's
it
not
is.
a thing. No,
Yes, it is.
the
It's a quantum
universe.
state.
No, oh my gosh, the universe is a set of particulars. A
And
quantum state is a
your God is
particular.
a set of particular attributes.
Oh my gosh, God is not a set. God is a being. Sets don't actually exist ontologically. God
Okay,
exists.
great. So then we can say that the universe is a being with attributes that don't need agency.
Oh my gosh, how can you say that? Are you? Look, you exist, correct?
Yeah,
You exist as a human being.
right.
So the universe, if the universe is just a being with attributes, how are you an attribute of the universe if you're a different being? What the heck?
I never said I was an attribute of the universe. Well, yeah,
You
I would
said
be
the
an attribute of
universe
the
is a
universe.
being with attributes.
I would be an attribute of the universe. Yeah.
You would be an attribute of the universe. Okay, what's your
Yes,
definition of an attribute?
I would be what the universe is described to be because I'm part of it.
That's not the definition of an attribute. An attribute is something that causes the being to function.
Okay. Am I
You
part of
don't
the
cause
universe?
the universe
Do
to
I-
function. Without you, the
So,
universe would
look,
still
if we
exist.
describe the universe as a whole, would I be part of the whole for it to function?
Okay, parts. Oh my gosh, parts of wholes are not
Sir,
identical.
answer. Would I be part
Yes,
of the universe?
you are the parts in the whole of the universe.
Exactly. Which means that part of my functioning is part of the universe's functioning, right?
No. An attribute is something.
Sir,
Listen,
sir, is part of
why
my
are you
functioning
cutting me
as a-
off? You're not. You
Sir,
literally.
listen. Is part of my functioning.
Oh my
as a-
gosh, this guy is just gonna cut you off with his stupid metaphysics, dude. A being of a thing. Wait, listen. A being of a thing. Let me get you through this because you don't know metaphysics. A being of a thing requires its attributes to act. Okay, the universe does not require you to act. You're nothing.
There doesn't
You're
need to be
TikToker.
actor. There doesn't
If
need
you
to be
did not
actor.
exist, the universe will still exist.
Why
If
does
God
it
did not have,
Look,
if God did not have, if God did not have his all powerfulness or if his all knowledgeness, I'm begging the view now because obviously I have to correct you. If God exists, quote unquote, and God did not have his all knowingness, right, whatever, he would necessarily not be God anymore. That wouldn't be God under
Yeah,
the theistic
the same
conception of
applies.
God,
Look, the same
because
applies
his
to
attributes is what causes.
the same applies to the universe. The universe has specific attributes, and if they were different, the universe wouldn't be the universe anymore. Look, the same applies to God. The same applies to the universe. You're not understanding this. The whole point is that we can use your logic for the universe, and there's no difference between the two. God is not required. You don't need an actor. You don't need an actor to act anything. This is the part you're missing. We can view the universe as one entity that has specific attributes and has specific parts, but it's one essence. Just like God. God is composed of certain attributes. We are part of God too. I'm part of God because we exist within God's parameters, his boundaries. So we are parts of God. And therefore, we are all part of God's essence as well, just as everything else in the universe is part of the quantum state's essence. The point is there's no difference between our two hypotheses. There you go. You don't need God. You don't need anything magical or supernatural. So please explain yourself.
This guy just keeps begging the question and putting me on mute. You're so cringe. First off, you keep saying you don't need God. There's no difference between your quote unquote quantum state and God. Okay, Mike's Vills, whatever your name is, listen to me properly, okay? Listen to me. You don't know one thing about metaphysics, right? You don't know anything. Here's the difference. The difference is that the universe contains contingent, dependent, and composite things. In God, there's
that's question begging. That's
please
question
just
begging.
listen to listen to me.
That's
properly.
question begging. You're question begging there. The universe is I would think the universe is necessary. Everything in the universe is necessary.
Okay, listen to me. I said the universe, right, contains contingent, right, and composite things.
That's a question begging argument. No.
Oh my gosh. Oh my. Okay, are you a necessitarian?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's just say that the universe is necessary.
Look,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry for begging the question. I thought you was a normal guy. Let's just say that your view is correct. Let's just say you're the abnormal guy, right? Let's just say that the universe is necessitarian. The universe is still composite. Okay. Now, here's the problem with your view. The
God
problem.
is composite too.
Wait. The
God
problem.
is composed of...
Listen to me. You're gonna cut me off again. The problem is that God is someone that is divinely simple. He's not composite. Your view is composite.
So is the universe. The universe is simple too. The universe is one essence.
The universe is not simple, brother. You don't know.
Why not? Why is the universe not simple?
What's the simplicity?
It lacks in complexity. It is just one entity.
Oh my gosh, that's not simplicity, bro. Why are TikTokers so dumb? Simplicity is the negation of composition, okay? You just agreed that composite things...
Yes, congratulations.
Wait.
Now,
you just agreed that... Wait.
Look.
You just agreed... Yeah, you're going to mute me again. You just agreed that there's composite things in the universe. So how can the universe be simple?
Because the universe is one essence.
That's not the definition of simplicity.
Yes, it is. Lack of composition.
Oh my gosh, okay. It's
lack
a piece
of composition.
Okay, listen. If I buy you a
one
pizza...
essence. The universe is one entity, one quantum state. That's it.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh.
Isn't that simple?
Should I buy... Okay. If I buy you a pizza... If I buy you... Listen, if I buy you a pizza, right? Is the pizza slice... Is the pizza slice exists, right? If I buy you pizza.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the pizza simple?
You can describe the pizza as one entity.
Is the pizza simple? Please.
Yes, you can describe the pizza as a simple object.
My God. Okay, that's the point of disagreement, right? Because the pizza is going to have at least pepperoni slices and all this other stuff. The pizza has parts, even though the essence is individualized, even though the essence of the pizza is one,
has one essence.
The pizza has parts. It's not simple.
Yeah,
It's
right. But we
composite.
can say that has one essence, just as you did say for God, right? This is the
Okay,
point.
but dude,
This is
listen to me.
look,
One
look, look.
essence is
This is the point of your fucking fallacious reasoning. You're saying that God is simple, but he has all these attributes, which are complex. God is the most complex being in the world. It has agency, it has consciousness, it has intelligence, it has love, it has compassion, right? It has all these omni attributes. Look at all the complexity in your being. It's composed of parts. By the way, we exist within God. We are parts of God because we exist within God's boundaries. Just like water is in a container, right? It's part of the container. So the point is that your version of God does not do anything to give credence to God. This argument does not give credence to God at all. We can say the universe is one entity, it's simple, there's nothing to it. Just as you say God is simple.
yo. I'm seeing some comments from some dumb people.
Stop calling people insults and start
I'm
addressing the
not.
argument I just gave
I'm
you.
not calling people insult. Dude, stop trying to act like Superman. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say because you keep muting me. I see some smart people in the comments. They understand what I'm saying. That God is divinely simple. Please, dude, you need to go read papers, okay? Look,
Yeah,
listen to me. I gave you.
yeah.
You
The
said.
problem with the divine
Oh
simplicity is
my
this.
gosh!
Look, listen, you're not understanding. You're not addressing
This
anything.
guy cut me off and he mutes.
You're not refuting anything I told you. I just explained to you the problems with the divine simplicity. If you say that God is all loving and omniscient, those are two separate attributes. They are not identical to each other. Do you agree? Do you agree? Unmute yourself, sir. Please stop yapping. Come on, sir. Unmute yourself. Come on.
Dude, you're smart enough to know that when you mute me, I cannot mute myself. I unmute myself. What the heck?
Yes, you can. Now, please answer the question. Is omniscience and loving the same attribute?
Okay, so I'm gonna repeat myself. Don't mute me so that I can speak to you and explain to you, right, how God having one essence does not mean that he's composite in the way things are
Oh my
composite.
God. Can you answer my question? Is loving and omniscience the same attribute?
Loving and omniscience in God are only virtually distinct.
Sir,
You don't know what that is.
identical attributes?
You
Are
don't
they
know what that
identical
is.
attributes? Are they identical attributes? Yes
In
or
God,
no?
they're identical to his
Sir,
essence.
please answer yes or no. Are
In
these
God,
two?
they're identical to his essence. What are you
Sir,
talking about?
please answer the question honestly. Is
I've
loving
answered
and
the
omniscience,
question so many
sir,
times.
is loving all omniscience and omnibenevolence, are they the same identical properties?
Are they the same things as in it exist in themselves?
Are they
I'm
identical?
asking you a question.
Are
They're
they
not
identical?
identical, no.
They're not identical. Okay.
Yes.
Then you agree that God is composed of different attributes. He's composed of parts.
No, that's the point of disagreement. This is why I keep trying to tell you something and then you keep muting me, okay? Attributes are ontological items that allow a being to function. God has being, okay? When God has these attributes are identical to his being. Your attributes are not identical to your being. That's why you're composite. God
What do
is
you
not
mean? Give an
composite.
example. Give an example.
Your attributes, like your sight, your hearing, and your smelling and stuff, they're not identical to who you are. What the heck?
What do you mean they're not identical to who I am? Those are
They're
attributes
not
that make me
identical
who I
to your...
am. They're attributes that make me who I am.
Oh yeah, there are attributes that make you who you are. There are attributes that compose you, but they are not you. You are not identical to your sight.
Yeah,
You
and
have
God is
your
not,
sight.
and
You
God is
possess the
not
ability of sight.
identical. And God is not identical to loving because you just said that there are two different traits.
No, and God is identical to them metaphysically.
God,
He's
sir,
only...
sir,
Listen,
sir,
you keep
is God
cutting me off.
identical to love?
Why are you cutting me off? Are you insecure? Why are you
Sir,
cutting me off?
listen and answer the question.
Why
Your
are you
argument's
cutting
about
me
to
off?
collapse. You're scared.
They're only virtually
Sir,
distinct. You don't know what virtual distinctions are.
listen. Is
Thank you
God,
for the roses. Thank you for the
sir,
roses.
is God identical to love?
God is identical to his love, yes.
Is God identical to omniscience?
God is identical to his omniscience, yes.
There you go. There's a fallacy. There's a contradiction because you're
There's
saying
no
God
fallacy.
is equal to and not equal to love because you're saying you just said before that love and omniscience are two different properties.
Okay,
There
what
you
is the
go.
distinction?
Divine
What's a
simplicity
distinction?
collapses. It's a
What's
dumb
a,
thing.
what's a distinction? You're the smart guy. What's a distinction, genius?
You agreed that there are different properties and different attributes, so
Oh
you
yeah,
agreed
so
that
what's a
divine simplicity
distinction?
fails.
What's a distinction, genius? Who's this girl that keeps thank you? Or this guy? Yeah, but what's a distinction? Or what's a difference? What does a difference mean?
What do you mean? What does the difference mean?
Yeah,
Two
what is it?
things that are
What's the
not
definition of a
identical. Two
difference?
things that are not identical.
Okay, a difference or distinction, right, is just the lack of identity. Okay.
I just said that. Now, can you
Now,
explain to me
no,
why you're wrong, sir?
You said
You're not addressing what I'm saying, and you're being very dishonest. You just said before that love and omniscience are not identical attributes. And then you said that God is identical to love and identical to omniscience. There's a contradiction because you're saying God is and is not equal to love. God is and is not equal to omniscience. There's a contradiction there because you said they're different. So explain yourself. You have one last chance to explain yourself.
Bro, you just keep cutting me off. This is so cringe. You don't know anything about, you literally just don't know anything about metaphysics. I've told you how many times, right?
Not an argument.
A distinction can be divided into multiple ways, okay? There can be logical or virtual distinctions and real distinctions, right? So me and you are really distinct. I'm over here, you're over there. We're really different, right? But in a contact lens, for example, concave and convex, they're only virtually distinct. They're not really distinct because you cannot separate the two in a contact lens, okay? This is the same way for God, right? In the theistic view, all right? Or the classical theistic view. God has these attributes, but they're only virtually distinct. They're not really distinct, so it doesn't make him composite.
They are distinct things. They're still distinct things. So they can't be identical to each other.
It's only real distinction. I'm going to lower my voice.
They're still distinct, sir.
Sorry for insulting the other time. I'm going to
Is
lower my voice.
concave the same thing as a convex?
Listen to me. Listen
No,
to me.
answer. Is concave the same thing as a convex?
Only virtually no.
Exactly. They're different. Just like omniscience and love are different. They're distinct.
Okay, so listen to me. So here's the point now. I would agree with you. Now the point is that it's only gonna be composite if they are really distinct. I'm saying God is not composite because his attributes are only virtually distinct, not real distinction. Like, bro, can someone who understands what I'm saying in the comments?
The problem is that we not only is this ridiculous in your argument because love, it seems like love and omniscience seem like vastly different things. They don't seem in any way compatible with each other. They seem like completely different ontological things. Would you agree?
Love is processed differently ontologically, yeah.
Right. So they're two entirely distinct things, love and knowledge. Would you agree?
Yes, they are distinct things.
Right. So you cannot compare it analogously to a concave to convex lens.
No, I'm not comparing the attributes themselves. I'm comparing the essence of God. Essence is just being.
Exactly. Okay. And so that's one of the problems with that. But more importantly, the biggest problem with your argument is that we can use the same logic for the universe. We can say that everything within the universe is virtually distinct.
How can you say everything in the universe is virtually distinct if me and you are not virtually distinct?
Hence, the universe has one essence, and it's a quantum state.
No, look, me and you are okay. Are me and you virtually distinct?
Yeah, we could be. We can view a universe in which we are virtually distinct from each other.
That's absurd. You don't know what you're talking about.
Why is it absurd?
Because me and you are not identical, really. I'm not inside you. Are we Siamese twins?
Well,
what the heck?
That's not what I'm. That's dysanalogous, because we could view the universe again as this one entity where there are things within it that have this virtually distinct thing between us. we could view us as virtually distinct. It's possible. Would you agree?
What I could view me and you virtually distinct? No, that's not possible. What the heck?
Why is it impossible?
Because, dude, we have really distinct properties. I have really distinct accidents.
So does
I'm in a different.
so does
Okay.
omniscience and lovingness. Does that mean? But you just agreed that there's
Wait,
still
you study
only virtually
physics, right? Do me and you have a different agency?
agency? Why is that? Why is that?
Eigen states in quantum physics. Eigen states.
What? You're not understanding what I'm saying here. We can view our universe.
Do me and you have
within
a
it that's
different?
virtually distinct from each other too.
Okay, wait. Do me and you have a different location?
Yeah.
Okay. Me and you have a different location, and we have a really different location. How are we virtually distinct?
The problem is that you're viewing location as if we are one existence and then there's another entirely separate existence when you can view the universe as one entity.
The problem with
there might be parts within it, but again, the entire entity of this universe is one thing.
Something that has parts in it that are really distinct is always composite. And I'm telling you that the reason why God exists is because God is not composite.
What I'm saying is that's a bad view. It could be that everything in the universe is actually one.
You're saying that the universe is divinely simple?
It could be metaphysically. There could be some metaphysical way in which everything in the physical universe is one.
Wait, this is the thing about atheists. This is like an intellectual price tag.
No, you're not understanding.
Because you're trying to literally.
You're not understanding.
No,
you're
saying. Wait, hold up. You're saying that everything in the universe is ontologically identical, and that's so obviously false. You might be in India and I'm in Africa.
You're not Look, you're not understanding.
What the heck?
Look, you're not understanding. Einstein came up with this block universe, which everything in the universe exists statically, where time doesn't pass, and that location isn't really the thing we think it is. It's this one block universe where all things exist in one moment. And it's possible that you can, metaphysically speaking, view the universe this way, such that all things are one entity. It's possible. Obviously, from our perspective, we're different, but it's possible that perhaps everything in the universe is one entity. And again,
Einstein
we call this a quantum state.
Okay, but Einstein was a proponent of a view called eternalism just because the fourth dimension, time, state, which is what he, in his perspective, he's just saying that all blocks of reality, as in all these blocks of time, are equally actual, right? That doesn't mean that everything is ontologically identical. It is obvious that me and you are not identical. You have real different features. Me and you are not identical. What the heck?
Right, but we're virtually distinctive.
No, but virtual distinctions.
There you go.
Wait, no, listen. You don't know what a virtual. You don't know what a virtual distinction is, my brother. Listen, a virtual distinction means that we are. This is just some cringe idealistic view. A virtual distinction means that me and you, right, are really identical in each other, but we're only logically distinct.
Exactly. That's the point.
Where's logic indexed to? Where's logic indexed?
We look. The point is, we can view ourselves as virtually distinct.
But wait, where's logic
in the
indexed
same way that you think God is and His attributes are? Right. That's the entire point.
Where is logic indexed to? Please just answer my question.
Where is logic indexed? The mind.
Okay, thank you. If right via the mind, right, which I could use to decipher truth. Do you agree?
Yeah, the mind. The truth is descriptive. Yeah.
Okay, if I can use my mind to decipher truth and I can decipher that me and you, right, are really distinct and not just virtually distinct, why would I deny real distinctions in favor of your view? Why would I deny that me and you are really distinct? Why would I say, he's not in India, he's just in me, but the way I see him, he's in India?
That's
what the heck?
That's a straw man. I never said I'm in you. What we're saying is that
what real identity. That's
what we're saying is that we're two different aspects of the same thing, right?
No,
we're two different aspects of the same thing, and they're in some kind of metaphysical way. Right? I'm not saying that.
I understand what you're saying.
There could be some kind of physical thing in which we are all the aspect of the same thing. two different aspects of the same thing, inversely distinctive from one
I
another.
understand
In
what
the
you're
same way
saying.
that
Look,
your
the
God
problem.
is, in the same way that your God
No.
is.
Wait. The problem is there's a real distinction between the causes and effects in the world, right? So if I punch you and your face moves sideways, there's a real distinction between the act of me punching you and the effect of your face moving sideways. Your problem is you're saying, oh, wait, hold on. To prove that God does not exist, we can just say that your punch and the effect of my face getting red is actually identical, but the way I see it is different. No, there's no reason to assume that.
Why not?
There's no reason to assume that because there's a real distinction between the
But it's
cause and the effect.
it's still possible, right? It's logically possible.
There's okay, a real distinction is something that's physically
Sir, is it logically
lacking
impossible?
logically possible.
Is it logically possible for us to be virtually distinct from each other? But yeah,
Is it logically possible for us to be virtually distinct from each other? Yes, it's logically possible.
and your argument just collapsed because
No, there's a difference between
because
something
you
being
agree that
logically.
we can all be
Oh my
two
gosh,
aspects
dude.
of the same entity, the same essence.
No, look, there's a difference, okay? Listen to me properly. There's a
No,
difference between
no.
something.
Listen,
You keep cutting me off. You keep cutting me off. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's a
look.
difference between wait. There's a
Agree that
difference
look?
between wait. There's a difference between logical possibilities and metaphysical possibilities. Just because something's logically possible does not mean that it's metaphysically possible.
Okay, then why is it metaphysically impossible for us to be virtually
Now that's a
distinct
better
of
question. Now you're asking me
one
good
instant?
questions. Now you're
Why
asking
is
me
it
good
metaphysically
questions.
impossible for us
Now
to
I'm
be
gonna answer
the
your
same
question. That was a
entity?
beautiful question. The answer to the question is if I punch you, the cause is it lacks complete identity to the effect, right? Nobody's gonna say that the punch is the punchy. Like nobody's gonna say that the puncher is the punchy, right? Nobody's gonna say that the manager is the worker, right? Just because when I punch you, the cause of
That's not
me
what I'm
punching
saying.
you is different from okay. Then we're not really
I never said
identical,
we're
Brian.
identical.
We're not identical then. We're
I never
different.
said that me and you are identical. I'm saying is that there is some virtual distinction between us.
No, a
The same
virtual
that God is.
distinction. No, a virtual distinction means that we're identical in reality, but we're only different in in logic.
Yeah. What's wrong with
That's why
that?
I kept telling you. That's why I kept asking you.
What's wrong with that?
Okay, there's everything wrong with that because you just said that you can use your mind to decipher the truth, correct?
Yeah. How is this relevant? I'm asking you, why is it metaphysically
We're-
impossible for us to be this?
I'm going to show you why it's relevant, my brother. You just said that you can use your mind to decipher the truth. If I can use my mind to decipher that we're really distinct, then there's no reason why I should accept that we're not really distinct and we're only virtually distinct. You just debunked your own
That's a non
argument.
sequitur, right? Just because
How does that
just because we have different thought
What the
patterns doesn't mean that you can't decipher what the truth is.
You just agreed that you can use your mind to decipher truth. You just said truth is descriptive.
No, truth is descriptive, not prescriptive, right? Like
I'm not
we don't
saying it
decide
is.
what the
What
truth.
the
We don't.
heck? I'm not talking about morality. What the
Look,
fuck?
we don't decide what the truth is. We describe what the truth is.
Wait, let me actually speak my African language. What the heck is this guy talking about? Listen, you just said, right, that I can use my brain to decipher the truth. I can use my brain to say that 1 + 1 is 2, correct? Okay, if I can use my brain to decipher logical truths and metaphysical truths or epistemic truths, then I can use my brain to decipher that me and you are really distinct. If you agree with that, then if I can use my brain to decipher
You can
that
also
me and
use
you
our brain to recognize that we're one of the same essence.
Okay, oh my gosh. Give me how.
Where the essence is the quantum state, and we're just two aspects of this one quantum state.
That's not one, but what's your definition of an essence?
A nature, ontology.
No, and that's just a circular definition. An essence is an act of being. You have a different act of being than me, okay? Would you agree?
And
Are you a bit? I'm
why
19.
does this matter? Why does this matter?
How old are you?
I don't have a different active. What does an active being mean?
Okay, how old are you?
You just mean being, right?
Okay, let's just say that you're. Let me just assume. Listen, let me just assume that you're 25. I'm 19, right? You was born 4 years ahead of me. Okay, me and you have a different act of being. Okay, you existed at a particularly different time. Now, if you want to say in the Einsteinian view, all times are actual. Yeah, it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter though, right? Because me and you still have it. It doesn't matter because me and you still have a different act in reality, even though all the instances of time are actual.
No, we have
Yes. This
the
is what Rob Coons writes in his relative act
Robert
policy.
Kuhn is a crazy guy. He's a wacko. Look, the point is
You don't
that
even know
we
what
have
Robert
different
Coons.
aspects of each other, but we are of the same essence. This one quantum state, and we are part of this one. We are two different aspects of this one quantum state with the one essence. In that sense, there's no reason to invoke a god.
This is so cringe. Okay. Is everything in the universe ontologically identical?
Yeah, it's one quantum state.
How is everything in the universe ontologically identical
Because
if you live
it
over
has one
here, I live
essence.
over
Because it has
here?
one essence. It's a quantum state.
No, something having one essence. Look, I gave you, oh my gosh, I've done this over and over. I gave you the example of a pizza. A pizza has one essence, okay? But there's different parts in the pizza, like pepperoni and stuff, that constitute the essence of the pizza. Just because the universe has one essence does
Right.
not
So
mean
you're
that the
saying that
universe
pizza is
is
composed, right?
simple.
Right. So
Damn.
are you saying that pizza is composed?
Huh?
Are you saying that pizza is composed?
Of course pizza is composed.
Okay, great. So do we exist within God?
No, we do not exist within God.
So then we exist outside of God.
God sustains. No, God.
That-
Yes, obviously, God sustains.
Wait. So we're outside of God.
Yes, we are outside of God.
So we are different ontological. We
Okay,
have different
listen. The
ontological
reason
status
why,
than God.
listen.
We're different
The reason
beings.
why,
We are different active beings. Then
bro, why would we
we
exist
have
in
different
God?
active beings if
Wait, the
we're
reason
outside of
why,
God.
wait, listen. The reason why we do not exist in God is because there's a mixed relation between God and the universe, right? The universe depends
What?
on God for
No,
its
that makes no sense. Look.
That does make
You-
sense. You don't know what relations are. What's a relation?
No, look. Are we within God's existence?
God, so our existence is being sustained by God's existence, yes.
Sir, are we within God's existence?
We're not inside of God's existence.
Then where are we? Where are we then?
Okay, our existence, listen, our existence is dependent on God's existence. It does not mean that we're intrinsic to
That
God's
means
existence.
that we are within God's existence.
No, we don't. Oh my God, what is existence?
You tell
Stop
me,
using
right?
words that you
It's
don't
everything,
know.
right?
Stop using words that you don't
Is God
know.
infinite?
God is infinite.
Great. Then that means that we are within infinity, right? We are within this. There's no boundary to God, which means that we are within this boundary.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Look, God is infinite. Yes. But the relation between us and God is not intrinsic to his essence. It's
You're not.
extra.
You're not understanding. Look, you're not understanding.
There's a difference between
Look,
something being
look,
ad intra and ad extra. We're
look.
ad extra to God. We're not
Look,
ad intra.
It's either we're inside of God's existence or outside of God's existence. Which one is it?
No, look, stop using existence is not a shared attribute, okay? God exists, but existence is not an attribute. Okay? God's essence
Look.
is
You're not
what
answering.
is.
Are we inside of God's
You
existence?
keep cutting me off.
Just answer the question. Are we inside of God's existence or outside
Your
of it?
question doesn't make sense because existence is not an attribute.
Do we exist metaphysically within God's boundaries?
Our existence is being sustained by God's existence. We don't exist in God.
You're not answering.
Your question has flaws.
Look, do we metaphysically exist? Yes or no?
Yes, we exist.
Okay. Do we exist within the boundaries of God?
What do you mean within the boundaries of God? Outside of God?
Is God sustaining us?
Yes, God is sustaining us.
Then we are within the boundaries of God.
You are within the bound. That doesn't even make sense, but I can agree. Like, what the heck?
You agree?
Yeah, I can agree, even though that makes no sense.
Okay, great. So then we are within the boundaries of God, which means that we are parts of God. Just like water in a cup is within the boundaries of the
that's
bottle.
where I disagree.
Look, the water in this cup is within the boundaries of the bottle. It
See,
is
this
part
is
of the bottle.
This is where look. Oh my gosh,
It is
the
part of the
water,
existence of this bottle.
the water bottle is composite. It is composed of water and the plastic that constitutes the bottle.
Just like God is composed of us, because we are within His
God is
boundary.
not composed of. Hi. Oh, this guy is dumb. God's attributes, right? God's attributes are identical to him. Now, we are not attributes of God. We are not identical to him. We depend on God for our existence.
You're not answering. You're not understanding what I just told
I'm
you.
answering. You're not getting it.
Look, If God has no boundary, then we are within God's boundary, as we are part of God's existence. Just like this bottle is the essence, has an essence. This water inside of it is part of the bottle. It's part of what makes the bottle as a totality. Just like we are parts of God. Because the only other alternative is us being outside of God's boundaries, which would make us have some kind of ontology outside of God. The only explanation is we must be within God. That's it. So I'll give you one last chance to talk because I gotta
Oh
go.
my gosh, dude, we are outside of God's essence, okay? Existence is not a shared attribute.
We are
Our
outside of God's
existence is
essence.
sustained by God.
So
Please
we
don't
have
wait.
different
Please don't
essence.
interrupt me. You had
So
15
then,
seconds.
no.
Give me at least 15 seconds to talk. You muted me. Come on, have some dignity, right? Existence, right, is not a shared attribute. Okay? Existence is like God's existence is not a shared attribute. We depend on God for our existence. Okay? But we are not ad intra to God's essence. Ad intra means intrinsic to God's essence. We're not inside of God's essence, my guy. Okay? Our existence is dependent on God's essence. I mean, on God's existence and essence, yeah. So here's the problem with your view. You're saying that the universe could be in this way divinely simple too. You're saying that the universe can be in this way ontologically identical, right? But there's real distinctions. Like there's a real distinction between me and you. Now you're saying, oh, but what if the real distinction is not really it's not a real distinction. It's just the way that we look at it. And I asked you, can I use my mind to decipher the truth? You said yes, I can use my mind to decipher the truth. And I can use my mind via reason. And I can use reason to show you that if I punch you, right, the act of the punch is different from the effect, which is your face moving to the left side. Okay. So you saying, oh, but this just looks this way, contradicts what you said. It contradicts that we can be right through.
So again, we can look at Einstein's view of time and cause and effect. He understood under the eternalistic view that all times exist simultaneously. The past, the future, all causes and effects already happen. They already exist. In that sense, that is one entity. Everything you call a cause and effect is one. Don't you get it?
Yeah, everything that you call cause and effect is one. But look,
Great.
even okay.
There's no distinction. There's no distinction.
Wait, let me
One
ask.
entity.
Let me act like an
And
eternalist.
any
Let me act like I
distinctions
agree
there
with you.
are virtual
Wait.
distinctions.
Let me act like I agree with you. Okay, fine. Everything is one block, necessitarianism. Fine. But not everything. Einstein would never ever say that the universe is divinely simple. Einstein would never say that everything in the universe is ontologically identical. No. He just says that all
He
the
doesn't
blocks
care
of
about
reality.
that. Doesn't matter. You're appealing to authority.
Okay, I'm not appealing to
You're
authority.
You're not pointing out a
I'm not
contradiction.
appealing to authority. I'm telling you that your thing makes no sense. The reason why your thing
Why
makes no
doesn't it
sense.
make sense? Where's the
Listen,
fallacy?
okay, it's not actually a logical fallacy per se, but it's a
Then
metaphysical.
it's perfectly valid.
No, you keep mixing up metaphysical possibilities.
Why is it invalid? Why is it
Because
metaphysically
you're mixing up metaphysical possibilities with logical possibilities.
Why is it metaphysically invalid?
There's things that are logically possible. Okay,
Why is
metaphysically.
it
The reason
metaphysically
why,
invalid?
the reason why it's metaphysically invalid is because there's things that exist that are not ontologically identical. You are not ontologically identical to a rock.
That's question begging. That's question begging.
Okay, are you okay? Fine. Are you ontologically identical to a pig?
How is this relevant? No, I'm not.
You're the one. You just said that everything in the universe is ontologically identical. Are you ontologically identical to a dog?
There is one essence that encapsulates all things in the universe. I'm not saying that.
Are you ontologically identical to a dog? You see how you're forcing me to answer a question?
We are virtually distinct.
So are you really identical to a dog then?
No, we're not identical. We're virtually distinct.
No, you don't know what a virtual distinction is. That means you're really identical in reality.
We are virtually
that means
distinct.
You're really identical in reality. So are you really identical in reality to a dog?
We are virtually distinct. That's it.
Okay. You keep, oh my gosh. In reality, virtual distinctions means that they're identical in reality. So are you identical in reality to a dog?
We are identical. We are metaphysically distinct. We are virtually distinct.
Hi. Oh my gosh. You're not you know damn well that you're chatting nonsense out of your ass.
But no,
Are we?
look, this
Are
is not an
you?
look. This
Are
is not an
you?
argument. Look. The point is this: you're saying that we exist within God's boundaries, and you agree that we exist within God's boundaries. So in that case, we're identical to God. In that view, we're identical to God too. This is what you're saying. We are part of God's existence too, just like we are part of the universe's existence. And yes, we can say, if you really wanted to, that we are all the same. We are different aspects of the same thing, one essence. We are different aspects of this quantum state. You can say that. That doesn't damage my view. So even if I did grant you that we are virtually the same, that we are the same, identical to all things ontologically, that doesn't damage anything. So you have to point out a fallacy, in my view. Point out a metaphysical fallacy, in my view. Can you do that?
Akala, I think you need some sleep. There's no way you're that dumb.
Yeah, don't insult me again and demonstrate where I'm wrong.
Ooh, I should insult you again. You're gonna mute me
Point out
again.
where is it
You've been
invalid?
muting me over time. You've been muting me over and over, and I'm getting pissed off because you know very well that you're very stupid. You keep saying.
Stop
You keep
insulting
saying.
me and give a refutation.
Stop
You're
insulting me. Look, I'm pissed off because you keep muting me, and damn well you know why. Because you're chatting nonsense,
Sir,
and you're gonna
stop
deceive everyone in the comments.
look, stop complaining and just
You're
give an
deceiving
argument that
people.
refutes what I
You're
just said.
deceiving people.
Sir,
You're
can you
deceiving
give,
people.
look, stop
I
complaining.
told
Stop
you.
whining.
Look, I told you. I
Stop
asked you a
whining.
question.
Stop
I
whining.
asked a
Give me a
question. I asked a
refutation.
question.
Give me a
The
refutation.
question is, listen. The question is this: are you in reality identical to a pig? If you say no, you support my view. If you say yes, you support your view.
This is a
And
category
this is
error.
the main disagreement.
This is a category error. You're assuming that ontologically we have to be the same entity.
What category error? You don't know what category errors are.
It's a composition fallacy.
This is not a fallacy of composition. You don't know what
Yes,
you're
it
talking about.
is.
Go
Yes, it
study.
is.
Go study. Ugh.
This is
Go
a
study.
composition
You're
fallacy.
cringe. You're too cringe.
Do you know what emergent properties are?
What's the fallacy of composition? What's the fallacy of composition?
When you confuse a particular for the emergent property of that collective.
Get out of here, bro. This guy's chatting nonsense.
That's what it is.
When the fallacy of composition just means that the parts of a thing does not mean that that's what the whole is. You're just chatting nonsense.
That's what I just said.
You just started talking about particulars and emergent property. They don't have to be emergent.
The particulars, the parts are not identical to the whole. That's what
particulars are not always emergent, but here's the problem. The problem is you're not really identical to a pig, okay?
Okay. Then why does this matter? Why does it matter that I'm not identical when we can be virtually distinct?
Why it matters is because, okay, if you're not ontologically identical to a pig in reality, that means that the universe has composite things in reality.
Are you identical to God?
Whoa.
Are you identical to God?
Whoa, let me give you the bomb. If the universe has composite things in reality, you're going to reduce everything that's composite to something that's divinely simple. Only God can be divinely simple. Everything is a composition. Everything you point to.
That's question begging, sir.
That's not question begging. Prove me wrong.
Look, why can't the universe have one essence in which there are things within it that are virtually distinct but actually identical? Why can't we have one essence for the universe, one quantum state? Why can't that be the case? Show me a metaphysical reason why that's not possible. Can you show that? If you can't show that, then you agree that your argument is bad. It doesn't work because we can say that the quantum state is virtually, in essence, it is pure and simple. So show me why it's invalid that a quantum state cannot be the essence, the thing of the essence.
I think the perspicacious people know that deep down you're an insecure pussy that keeps muting me. So,
can you give your reputation now?
What? I just told you, right? I told you that the universe has composite things.
That's question begging.
Do you agree? Okay, dude, define question begging? Define question begging.
It's when you have a circular logic.
Such a dumbass. You just come on your page insulting Christianity. You don't even know anything.
When your conclusion is in their premises. That's begging the question. Now, can you actually answer my question now? Why is it invalid for us to view the universe as one essence, and that we are all attributes of this one essence? Why is that impossible? And why can't we be all virtually distinct from each other? Why is that impossible? Just like you do for your God, which is not necessary. Show me why it's wrong.
Oh my gosh. Are you a necessitarian?
Yeah.
Okay. Do attributes cause something to function?
Attributes are a aspect of a being, of an essence.
Okay.
So yeah, they do.
Okay, look. Is the rockiness of a rock an attribute of the rock?
Yeah.
This is so cringe. The rockiness of the rock is a predicate of a rock. It's not an attribute. Okay? Attributes cause things to function. Okay? You are not an attribute of the universe. You don't cause the universe
Why
to
not?
function. The universe, because the universe existed before you existed.
No, that's not true. I didn't come into existence. I was always in existence in some form.
Oh my God, this is cringe.
That's not an argument. That's not an argument.
You keep begging your view. You're just begging your view.
Where's the question begging argument?
Because you're begging necessitarianism.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're begging eternalism.
Is it a logical possibility or not? Or do you have a refutation or not?
So why are you making arguments from logical possibilities?
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
It's not a fact.
Neither is your God.
Oh my gosh. I am the one trying to reason to God. Stop trying to use
and I'm reasoning for an internal universe, and you can't refute it.
No, oh my, this guy is stupid. I'm gonna leave this life. This guy's dumb.
So I got him. He couldn't answer, right? There's no reason why we can't view the universe as one entity, and that yes, there is. We exist in time and in all times. And we can view metaphysically the universe in many ways that are in exact accordance with his belief, except for all the nonsense like agency, love, omniscience, and all these dumb properties of your God, which are unnecessary, right? Creating a universe and making us from clay, and that's nonsense. It's all, you just get rid of all that stuff, and you're back, and you're left with something more parsimonious, something more, even more simpler than God. Just a quantum state. That's it. It has no agency, has no other properties that you add on and tack on to God. So there you go. But everybody, please subscribe to the YouTube. Please tap. I want to do more, but I'm really tired. It's 2 a.m. No, he was a smart kid for sure, but he was just arrogant. And he really couldn't grasp what I was saying in terms of science. He thinks that it's hard to describe to somebody how relativity works, but all the time exists, just like all the space exists. And what we think cause and effect is emergent. Yeah, the universe is a mysterious place, and it doesn't always work intuitively. There's some things out there that we just don't understand and probably never will. And the universe probably works in ways that we could never even understand or imagine today. And that's what I was trying to show the guest. I was trying to show him that it's possible that maybe we all are part of this one thing, this one essence, in some kind of natural way. Still no evidence of God has been presented for us today. Still no evidence of God. Because even if you can show that it's logical for divine simplicity to be true, it doesn't mean that God exists. It just means that it's a logical possibility, which even unicorns are logically possible.